Welcome everyone on our weekly crypto market sessions. Let me take a quick look and share the link right here to a few of my groups and continue on our weekly market analysis. Let me close this right here. Alright, and we're good to go. Welcome everyone, Crypto Saiyan right here. Let's quickly take a look what the market is doing and what the market is giving us next upcoming few weeks. Bitcoin is at a fairly important level. We have breached or broken the previous all-time high, which is a very good, solid, bullish sign. We also broke the previous weekly resistance, which is also a very good sign, by the way. And what we can understand from this broken weekly resistance, this basically means that any retracement we are currently seeing right now will be quickly bought up. We all know psychological levels like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 60,000 are fairly important in the crypto world. They work great as retests or resistances. And right now we have reached a point where Bitcoin has reached almost like 67k. We saw a small retracement back to 60k, where the market is quickly buying up all these orders and going back to the previous all-time high. We are also retesting or fairly close to the retest of the weekly resistance. So basically what I expect is once the markets have broken the weekly resistance and the all-time high is that we are seeing retracement. You are hearing a lot of stuff like, okay, Bitcoin has closed off this week bearishly. And I'm like, imagine being bearish once Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, or imagine being bearish while Bitcoin is trading above 60k. Okay, so any retracements we are currently seeing right now will just be bought up. Okay, we're right now back at 63k. So what I expect is that we will bounce off this weekly resistance support and we'll just move on way ahead in time, and we might even be visiting 100k this year. Okay, we don't know how fast Bitcoin is doing, we just know it will be going up. We always have our setup, we just don't have a timing on our setups. None of us can predict how fast or how slow the price of an asset will move. We just know the direction in which it's going. So we will need to have a little bit of patience on that one. But first, usually Bitcoin. Then, whenever Bitcoin makes another great rally, altcoins won't be behaving that well. I got a lot of views on altcoins currently. The slower Bitcoin goes, the better for the altcoin market, because usually it's always Bitcoin first, altcoin second. Okay. But nowadays, the next coming months might be Bitcoin, it's time to shine, and afterwards we will see a full-on scale altcoin season in the market. Okay. Even though the market is looking pretty great right now, and we will soon, or at least you will soon see the altcoins that I'm currently visiting or have my eyes on for the next upcoming weeks. Because even though Bitcoin will steal the spotlight, I still expect some of these altcoins with really bullish fundamentals and really bullish technicals will perform quite well. Okay. Next to Bitcoin we have Ethereum. Ethereum also in our weekly supply. Usually I would not recommend anybody to be buying at the all-time high. That's usually not a good thing to do, right? We always want to buy at the low and we want to sell at the highs. In this case, however, I do not think these are the highs. The first test of the previous high, or at least where the order block was created, is usually always a fresh supply zone, a fresh untested area where a lot of limit orders are being kept at. The first test will always give us a reaction, but the fact that we're right now having that second test at the all-time high at our weekly supply and have been showing accumulation signs and breaking previous accumulation areas leads me to believe that right now it won't be long until we break this weekly supply level and just well ahead move on towards 5k and beyond. I've always said that I think Ethereum is way more bullish than Bitcoin. I like both of them, don't get me wrong, but the fact is that Ethereum will have a lot more return on investment than Bitcoin has. And what I mean by that is, if you want to multiply your money, for example, times 2 on Bitcoin, Bitcoin has to go from 60k to 120k. I see Ethereum getting faster from 4k to 8k than I see Bitcoin going from 60 to 120k. Okay. Right now, Bitcoin might go in the short term a little bit faster than Ethereum is currently doing, but in time again, Ethereum will probably outperform on return on return on your investment than Bitcoin is. Ethereum is the future of finance after all, and even though we both like Bitcoin and Ethereum has a much more use case than Bitcoin itself does. Ethereum will be used in every segment of the market, especially with the upcoming developments of Ethereum 2.0. Ethereum has also become deflationary. Ethereum has become burning its own fuel system. So that means less Ethereum will continuously be in existence compared to before. Ethereum 2.0 will reduce gas fees with 99.5% or even higher than that. We will also be upgrading from 15 transactions each second to as much as I think multiple 10,000s, even 50,000 transactions per second, which is an enormous upgrade compared to what we're currently having today. Okay, so basically right now, as of today, Ethereum has pretty much been the victim of its own success, but this will soon change. Alright, so that's on Ethereum, so very close to a breakout and will continue to rise in value upcoming next years. Okay, DOT is also one on my radar, which I currently have a setup on. DOT, I believe very well. DOT is currently introducing a system called Parachains, which is a fundamentally very big update in the market. We have broken previous resistance levels. Also, we have been accumulating close to the weekly resistance right here. And whenever we are accumulating and breaking that accumulation range, that leads me to believe this is a real break of the high, okay? Usually I'm very skeptical, very careful when the market is breaking a previous high, because I usually do not want to get in at a previous high, okay? So whenever right now we are breaking or fairly close to the previous high, which usually I would not recommend buying at the highs, in this case I am. DOT is going to have an enormous run and I expect them to move fairly quickly to $100. Another one on my radar, Rune, has resumed the previous uptrend. Okay, we have made an enormous scale uptrend before. After the May crash, we see a continuous movement of lower highs. Let me just quickly clarify them a little bit. Lower highs, and of course the last one. So pretty much instead of going down, up, down, just moving with waves, we right now are moving up. And this is seen as just a bullish retest of the break of structure we have previously seen in this area. So this correction was bound to be ended in a bullish manner. So right now we are testing this order block right here. We have been accumulating a little bit. We have seen resistance before. So resistance, a little bit of support right here. So we are fairly resilient. We have seen a lot of resilience in the market for Rune, which has pretty much pushed us up. On my Twitter, I share a lot of these things. And for example, Rune, it's not always that difficult to see when another coin is soon gonna be reversing. I posted a lot today, so pretty much bear with me. Hold on, but I posted something on Rune earlier where you can really see where Rune is going before it's happening. Okay, so not only afterwards, this is right now, but like a few days ago, you can clearly see the resilience in the markets before really the breakout. Even though the breakout itself gives you the most amount of confirmation in the market. But right now we are testing that order block. We have seen a continuous form of higher lows being formed on Rune. And right today, or at least yesterday or this weekend, we have seen the breakout of this resistance right here. So pretty much this means every retracement above $10 will be bought up all the way to the previous highs and even beyond. The reason I like Rune so much, not only technically but fundamentally, is because they are basically building a cross-chain DEX. A cross-chain DEX is basically a first mover advantage. It's the first thing. We all know Uniswap, we all know PancakeSwap, and these things are basically decentralized trading. But the thing what we can't do on PancakeSwap, for example, because PancakeSwap uses the Binance Smart Chain system, or the Smart Chain blockchain, is we can't trade Ethereum against BNB. Okay? We have BEP20 tokens and we have ERC20 tokens. And in the future we will also have Polygon tokens, Phantom tokens, and more blockchains, also on the Cardano blockchains. More and more apps will be beginning to release, and we are already seeing a few cryptocurrencies introduced on the Cardano blockchain system, okay? But usually we can only trade these coins on their own blockchain, so you can only trade ERC20 tokens against ERC20 tokens. What Rune is doing is basically making a cross-chain DEX where you can trade Ethereum against BNB, against Bitcoin, and etc, okay? So that's from the fundamental side of things. Link, looking to open a position on Link here soon. but getting it fairly close. Currently I'm seeing this order block right here. We are making a new order block, especially on the 4 hour, which we can pretty much lower our stop loss a little bit based on the structure that I'm seeing right now here being formed. But basically what I mean to say is Link has our full confirmation on a further uptrend, so we'll fairly soon see Link trading at $50 again. So basically that means we are getting our positions right now, we are entering the market, and we're gonna have a good run ahead of us. Same thing on VeChain, looking very similar like Link and Rune, so fairly these 3 altcoins are looking technical analysis wise very close to each other. We have a breakout of the previous bearish order block, which is a pretty good sign that this correction right here is over. We always move in waves, guys, so basically we're moving up. The big impulsive wave to the upside, a bearish retracement, and again continuing to the upside, which basically is the higher low of a trend line, if you would like to call it, on the longer time frames. Okay, so pretty much VeChain I also see going to the highs again, together with Link. Mina, very strong rebound area. Also we are moving in waves. Mina is an incredibly strong blockchain project. We are seeing support right here. We are seeing resilience, so we see the market stepping into buyers again, going from sellers to buyers. And we are seeing a strong impulsive wave today, which will likely carry Mina towards the $10 range. Okay, FTT, an update, or at least a trade I have been running for a long time. At least I also called this one on the previous YouTube live sessions. Again, same thing, we've broken the all-time highs. Okay, and whenever we break the all-time highs, we can expect a retracement, and after that retracement, it's our job to be buying the market. Whenever we break the all-time high or the previous highs, we are not looking for sells, okay? We are not playing in a casino. We are looking for buys, because the market will give us a way stronger buy signal than a sell signal. Even though there is a sell move, I know, but we are not looking to get a small sell move if there's a big buy move coming, okay? So pretty much we've broken the previous highs, we see the retracement, and then we just wait until this retracement finishes. We see a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, equal highs. We see instead of lower lows, we're already seeing signs of higher lows, and that's how easy it is. We enter on the support, and then we see pretty much are looking, especially if we're in uncharted territory, we are looking at previous psychological levels. So pretty much we know that FTT before has reached $85, or at least almost $85. The next target I'm currently going to be hitting or looking to see hit is $100 and beyond, okay? We're still in an uptrend, so we expect the market to be breaking previous all-time highs, okay? We're not using these as targets, we're just using this as a midterm, or at least take profit one level, alright? Matic is one that I'm currently having my eyes on. I have not highlighted them because the scenario has not been fully met. But Matic, investment-wise, Matic is a token behind Polygon, the Polygon blockchain. Polygon right nowadays is creating more and more cryptocurrencies, just like Ethereum is doing. So basically, more and more cryptocurrencies today are using the Polygon blockchain. So that means they will be launching on Polygon. So that gives them a very high use case. More demand means more buyers, okay? Technically, we are seeing the uptrend resuming, so we have here a big impulse correction. Again, the lower highs being broken, and we are moving up again. This supply level is the only thing keeping us down, and will probably be broken very soon, which will take us to the previous highs and beyond. Because of the amount of building that I currently see being done on Matic nowadays, I currently have no doubt in my mind that we will be moving to the all-time highs and beyond, because Matic, especially Polygon, the blockchain behind Matic, is pretty bullish right now, and I expect a lot of them. Boson called this only 3 days ago, already up 50%. Again on my YouTube, or at least on my Twitter page, excuse me. I post a lot of this information 3 days ago when I really see, okay, I always analyze a coin technically and fundamentally. So we are currently at 1.336. We see the bearish to bullish shift from the moment Boson was introduced. You don't want to be catching a falling knife, you want to be entering after evidence. We saw the bottom being formed, we saw a bearish to bullish shift, and then after the correction, it's basically our time to enter. Enter after a higher low on the long time frames. So we kindly see the evidence in that market. Then again, on the fundamental side of things, I saw Boson releasing a ton of bullish stuff in November, which will likely drive price again. And then it was only a matter of not if, but when, just entering the market and letting the market move up. And right now, 3 days later, Boson is already moving fairly close to $2, and personally I only think this is the beginning. I got some sneak peeks from a few friends of mine, which showed me that Boson is also working on a metaverse together with their very bullish NFT marketplace, which currently makes me believe that Boson will rally way beyond the $2 level, go back to all-time highs, and we can even maybe see at the end of this year Boson trading between $5 to $10. Okay, that's most of the stuff. We'll quickly take a look at the questions and answer them. Mr. Mindset: hey Alicia, this is my first time trying out staking. Can you have a look at the screenshot? Does this mean I can get over 50% return in 60 days? The thing is, I can't see your screenshot, Mr. Mindset, on YouTube, so that's something I don't know if it's possible. I don't have the screenshot for a very long time, so this is fairly new to me, and I'm currently growing in a lot of different stuff. So I can't see your screenshot, but what about the 300 return? Can we have a look at it? Which coin are you looking to stake, by the way, Mr. Mindset? So I have no idea. If you're still on the call, try to answer quickly so I can have a look at it, because otherwise I have to finish up this call because I have taken a look at most of the things. But it is possible, by the way, when you get over 50% return in 60 days. Okay, so I can't see your screenshot right now, but the thing is that yes, it is possible to have a return of over 50% in 60 days on certain projects. Usually these are new projects in the market. On MLT, okay, so MLT, yes, it's possible, but there are drawbacks. You probably are talking about Mantra DAO. We are looking at MLT, for example, and when we click on Mantra DAO, and when we go to the staking department, so click on the app. Remove these things. So okay, it's loading. But when we go to the app on Mantra DAO and go to the staking department, if it's loading, that is, do I really have to log in? Okay. I'm on Binance Smart Chain, right? Okay, so staking. And I currently have MLT, or at least $15,000 of MLT worth running, and I'm currently staking them, okay? So currently this is 27%, but you're probably talking about the MLT BNB. This is a liquidity pool. The amount of staking you can get from this is true, but it's fairly complicated to explain this, because this staking is based on the dollar value of MLT and not on the value of MLT itself. Once you do liquidity pool staking, which is both MLT and BNB, you kind of have to stake BNB and MLT for this solution. So you can get a higher APY, but it all depends on if you expect MLT itself to rise in value as well. If MLT really rises in value itself next coming months, then this 30% APY can really be higher than the 250% you can get from this. Because when MLT stays at 30 cents, because nowadays I think it's currently on CoinGecko, if I'm not mistaken, 30 cents. So media licensing token, when we click on it, yeah, okay, 31 cents. Then basically, if we expect media licensing token to stay at 30 cents for years and beyond, then this would be the better staking system. Because this means it's based on a dollar value and you're getting a high APY out of it. But the thing is, the regular staking is a lot more beneficial if you expect not only media licensing token to do well, but expect this token to go up in value itself. While we are staking, media licensing token can also go up to 60 cents, to 80 cents, to $1, and then you're getting more MLT in return. But again, the MLT you're getting in return on MLT BNB staking system is based on the dollar value. So that basically means if MLT is going up in value, you're not getting like 10 times as much MLT each day. So I know it's fairly complicated. To give you a real explanation, I would need to have a lot more time, and I currently don't have that time right now, so I'm pretty much closing up this call. But you can always text me in the chat groups we're currently at, or contact me on Twitter, etc., and ask a question. But basically, again, also if you want to stake MLT on this system, you also want to have an equal amount of BNB. Not in numbers, but in dollar value. So basically that means if you want to, for example, stake $15,000 worth of MLT, you already got to sell 7,500, Because you gotta have $7,500 worth of MLT and $7,500 worth of BNB. And that's the tricky part of things, right? So basically you're already also reducing your exposure to be able to stake this system. And right now you can stake the full amount of your MLT with just a normal APY and earn more MLT instead of just holding it, right? I believe in MLT myself and staking it on top of it, getting more and more tokens, because right now I already earned 1,000 extra tokens in less than a month. Those 1,000 extra tokens today are only worth $300 passively, so that doesn't seem like a lot. But the thing is, these 1,000 tokens that I earned for free in the future will have a way higher value, because I expect MLT to go to $1 and beyond, maybe even $5 someday, because the market cap is that low, okay? And once MLT will be $1 and beyond, that 1,000 MLT tokens that I currently earned for free will already be $1,000 and $2,000 and $3,000. So that's why staking is that great, because not only the token value is going up, but we're also earning more and more MLT extra, okay? Guys, I'm gonna finish up the call. Again, I will do this regularly. I'm back. I had a small break because of the birth of my daughter, and it makes sense that I'm not gonna be active a lot. But basically, I will try to give multiple times a week a small update on the market and see what we're currently looking at. Steven, you still have one question, so I'm still gonna quickly answer that one before finishing up. What are you thinking about launch block? Personally, I don't know launch block from a fundamental perspective, but launch block. Is it a new release token? Because I can't find it on CoinGecko, so it's probably really, really new. Do you have a ticker code? Or where is it currently trading at? Because I usually want to take a look at it on CoinGecko so that I know which exchanges currently support launch block. But currently I can't find it on CoinGecko, so it might be really, really new. Only released like 1 or 2 days ago. Or I'm not using the same, or at least I'm not putting in the same, the right information. Okay, Steven, launch block crypto. Am I writing it right? Ah, it's in a private sale. That's why it can be found on CoinGecko. I will take a look at it maybe on Twitter. Maybe you can quickly look on it on Twitter. Launch block. Ah, there we go. Probably found the writing. Wow, this is really early. Am I having the right one? The right launch block? This is one really, really early. New launch pad coming soon, September. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a lot of followers. So usually the crypto market is all about hype. And that means even a bullish project, even a really strong project with not a lot of followers can still fail. I know this doesn't, or at least it's not what you're maybe looking for, but basically everything that has a high amount of hype, even bad projects, they pretty much pay. They pay yourself. So once you have a private project, you can pretty much participate in the pre-sale. And it has a lot of followers, it will actually automatically do well, if you can get in, of course. Because the more subscribers, the less likely you're getting into the whitelist, or at least a pre-sale. But right nowadays, it doesn't really have my confirmation because it launched in September. They have one tweet more than 1 month ago. That tweet has 13 likes, and after that, you pretty much see nothing. So it's likely a scam. Because usually they have been done nothing out of work, so they are pretty much doing nothing. No updates, no fundamentals, no technicals. You pretty much see nothing. So the Twitter is looking pretty much horrible. So I don't think there's anything behind this one. Also, their website is fairly small. So we right here have apply for IDO. We have documents and a pitch check. And if this is looking pretty small, they do have a white paper, but again, a white paper doesn't mean anything. It can pretty much be copied from someone else, but right now it doesn't have my confirmation because it's looking brand new, which does not always mean it's a bad thing, but the fact that it has no traction at all, one single tweet, they have not been promoting it, they have not been doing any updates at all, means you're probably better off putting your money into something else. Probably. Okay, not saying it goes always like that, but it's very likely that you're not getting any money out of it right now, okay? And everything is based on statistics, okay? Every trade we take, even a bad trade can end up right, and even a good trade can end up wrong. It's all based on the statistics, like, is this project likely to succeed at this point of writing or at this point in time? No. I might be proven wrong, I might be proven otherwise, but at this point of time, the information we're currently seeing, it does not support that, alright? Guys, I will still stay active in the Discord channels or on my Twitter. And again, I will see you guys on another day in time. I will also post a link on the video. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.